Scorpio, hey, thanks for dropping in with me on this build up to that Capricorn full moon. All the action will be going down tonight until it reaches that point of fullness that's going to be going down in the small hours of the 21st. But really, if you want to take it in, tonight's the night, okay? Um, I'm here to do your drop-in read, your bonus read, to say thank you for being such a supporter at the channel. You were the third highest viewing collective over the past month, and so it's your turn to get a special treat and for me to pour back into you and just show you my appreciation with the bonus read. 111 on the clock. Okay, so I do think that this lunar cycle that will carry us up to the second initiatory gateway that will be coming up with the full moon in Aquarius on August 19th. Is bringing something into alignment for you. There's some new beginning on offer here. Okay, I do think you're reaching a culmination point with something that's coming in tonight, even if it's just an awareness, a certain level of clarity about how things are about to unfold or the actions that may be on the table ahead of you. I do feel like you're getting some kind of clarity tonight. I feel like that is coming in pretty strongly for you, all right? And will be coming in over the next few days that just really highlights some steps that you need to take. There might be some important information coming in, some important news, some kind of message. Somebody reaches out to you, it sort of sets off a chain reaction here, okay? I got that. We're going to start by getting an overarching theme for you. With the Halloween Oracle, I did notice that with, oh, how beautiful, there was just a firefly that flew by the window. And also there's the web out there that we've been watching for multiple reads now for a couple of weeks. And it was empty, but there's now a big old fat spider in the center of it. So I feel like you are right now getting ready to weave your future, okay? You're in a highly creative time when you do have the ability to bring a vision into being. I feel like you're going to be expanding your network. You're going to be forming new community. You're going to be strengthening connections in certain cases. You're going to be branching out. You may be looking at expanding your reach, okay? Some of you may start to do some kind of work online or maybe outside of your usual area. This could be area of expertise. It could also be geographically, okay? You might be exploring possibilities that may involve different locales, okay? This is for any significant Scorpio placement, or if you happen to have a prominent placement in the 8th house. Likewise, if you are a Taurus rising, that makes you a Scorpio descendant, and this is for you too, all right? It's for anybody who wants to drop in and check it out, but it is to thank the Scorpio collective. So let's give you an overarching theme energy to sort of like dial these energies in. Ooh, yes, you have some kind of hidden talent that's coming to the surface here. And in fact, it may even be something that's like active in your bloodline. There may have been other people in your family that had this talent, that had this gift. Your ancestors may be trying to remind you of this gift at this time. You might have a lot of support for bringing this to a wider audience, maybe. Maybe this is something you're meant to share. It's something that maybe you've kind of kept hidden under the light of the moon. I have to say, with Night Song coming in here, you know, it might be something that you've kind of kept to yourself. You haven't really put this on center stage. You know, I think Night Song, and I do think of those more lunar energies, you know, maybe something that you've kind of kept to yourself, but you might feel pulled to kind of share it with more people. This can be an inspiration you have. I feel like it's some kind of gift you have. It's some kind of talent you have. And if you feel like, I don't know of any talent that I have, I feel like there's one awakening in you, okay? Maybe a talent is about to be discovered. Whatever this is, it has a lot of blessing from somebody who's passed on. I've got a father who has passed on. For some of you, it feels like a strong masculine figure. It could be a grandfather. It could have been something you inherited from the father's side. Okay, interesting. Whatever this is, it's going to bring a lot of joy into your life. All right, so let's dial this in and get some more details here. I just wanted to give a few more shuffles. Yeah, where you've been holding back from sharing a particular gift or talent you have because maybe you feel like you got imposter syndrome or something, or you think that it's not ready to be shared, or whatever excuses you're bringing up around that, it's an unnecessary fear. Okay, it's time to get over the fear. The only way through the fear is to just, face it directly and move through it, right? There's something on the other side of this for you here that brings you a lot of joy in what you share here, okay? So if you haven't felt inspired, to share something creatively, or you don't feel connected to that part of yourself, I feel like something is coming forward here in this lunar cycle. And it may be something that you used to feel really connected to, but for one reason or another, it could be just your own, vulnerability around sharing this. I know a lot of times when we share something that's a talent of ours, some kind of creativity or some type of gift we have, it can be a vulnerable territory to head in, right? Even doing something like this, like doing readings, it's vulnerable to put yourself out there like that and let yourself be seen in this talent you have. It could be it's something like that, maybe whatever talent this is, gift you have, something that you're meant to share. It might be something that people don't really understand, or it's a little outside the box, or maybe it's something that other people have a hard time relating to, or it's a very different side of you that nobody's seen before. But it was 7-Eleven when I brought that in. I feel like this is really like, it's like your lucky star. And I do feel there's something here where it's like your star is on the rise with this. If you don't pursue this, it's going to haunt you. You're going to regret it. All right. And this may be something that you gave up a while ago for whatever reason. Maybe you were afraid that it wouldn't be well received, or there could have been other people who had judgments about what you created, or, kind of just deterred you from following this. But I think it's time to stop living with regret. All right. I think it's time to really go forward with this. And I love this. Like, again, there's the message coming through from the ancestors with eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. You do have somebody here that is passed on. It feels like a really strong masculine figure, and they are really sending the support for this. So there might be some connection there. It might be something that comes from the father's side, all right? It might be a particular talent or gift, something you inherited that came from a strong masculine figure that has passed on, and they really want you to share this, They don't want you to live with regret. Maybe this person didn't get a chance to fulfill their own dreams, or maybe they, gave up something that was really close to their heart, something they were passionate about when they were alive, in order to do like the responsible thing. And it's almost like they're coming through saying, don't live your life like that. Live your life out loud, let down all of the guards, everything that, keeps you from just totally following your heart and doing what really fulfills you and brings you joy. I just thought some of you have actually been sending up a prayer about this. You've really been wanting some kind of guidance. You may have even been talking to your loved one who's passed on. You might still really feel their presence, their connection. This might be something you do on a regular basis. You just kind of drop in and you talk with them. You feel like they look out for you. You feel like they do give you signs, and you might have been, kind of sharing some thoughts with them, and you might have needed this confirmation to really follow your heart in a particular situation. I think they're giving you the stamp of approval. It's sort of like they're saying, if you don't do this, you're really going to regret it. Okay. And they're supporting you all the way. All right. They got their love around you, really kind of holding this space for you at this time and giving you strength to take this leap. Okay. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Yes, the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So I feel like you've been through a real deep dive, right? There's a lot of stuff you've had to move through that's been really challenging for you. I do feel like you really took your time integrating a major ending in your life, and you learned a lot. You learned a lot from this cycle. It was a difficult cycle. It was a painful cycle. Some of you have been very actively involved in healing your trauma, and you're really owning, your path. You're owning that responsibility to heal yourself. Some of you have healing gifts, and these are meant to be shared. And some of these healing gifts have been gained during your time in the shadow and what you've learned through those lessons. And this is what's awakening in you now. I do feel like you had to do a dance with a particular devil, and you had to learn to best that devil. And I feel like you're right at this point where it's sort of like the pregnant pause. It's like this ripe moment when nothing's happening, but everything's happening simultaneously. 11:11 on the clock. There's some beautiful synchronicity coming in here. There's total alignment coming in here. It is something that when this road opens up for you and you actually head down that birthing canal into your rebirth, this is like a fresh chapter opening up in your life. This is finally closing up the past. This is stepping into something altogether brand new that's a building block for your future. I do feel like there's something creative here, or there's something you're really consciously weaving into being, weaving into creation. And that's interesting. I just saw this image of like somebody putting a lot of time and energy into a fashion line. So this is possible for some of you. You may actually be, creating a whole fashion line, and that's where that weaving quality is coming in. Interesting. Some of you really know how to weave a story. You know how to weave your words. You know how to tell a tale. You have stories to share. You have something that you need to put out there. You need to bring your voice forward. You need to throw your hat in the ring. And this might be doing something that's a little bit outside the box than you're used to. It might be working in a different way. It might be doing some work online, or maybe just expanding your reach and exploring possibilities online, maybe even looking at where there might be opportunities to showcase a particular talent you have, or a certain business idea you have, or a line of work you'd like to get into in a different area from where you are right now. There's really something about where you're at right now. It has you like pigeonholed. And I feel like you need to sort of like move into a bigger pond where you have more room to maneuver. There's a lot more opportunities for you outside of your current area. That's what I feel, okay? And I think you may be starting to like lean into this. You've been thinking about this. Am I ready for a move? Am I ready to like maybe get out there and explore some different things, meet some people? Some of you maybe have been considering taking some classes, or going back to school, or exploring a certain line of work. I got doula work for some of you has been really fascinating for you. Some of you may really be interested in doing doula work that's not just about births, but also the transition at the time of death, and wanting to create some kind of like reverent space around that. Interesting. Whatever this is, it brings a lot of growth into your life, and you get a chance to begin again. This is like second lease on life is what I heard. It's like, sometimes you say, if I could do it all again, I do it like this. I feel like you're getting that kind of a chance here. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're having a pause, and then enjoy this time where there is a pause, okay? Where you might be busy. Understand this. You could feel like you're really busy. That's not the kind of pause I'm talking about. The kind of pause I'm talking about is it's sort of like you're still doing the same thing that you kind of been doing for a while, and you may rightfully be very busy and have a lot on your plate. But I feel like this is more like a state of suspended animation where it's got like almost like a Groundhog's Day feel to it. Like every day I get up and I do the same thing, and it's just like wash, rinse, repeat. And this is like, enjoy that while you got that. I sort of like feel like, as much as that's been maybe at times uninspiring, or hasn't made you feel very motivated, or at other times it's just bored you silly, like, can we please get something of interest coming into your life? I feel like this is actually something that has been very grounding for you. It's been very stabilizing for you. And it's helped you get through some tricky terrain as you've been doing a lot of deep healing work. I do feel like there was a major ending that occurred in your life, and it was a lot for you to integrate. And whatever this ending was, it may have even pinged on some trauma or some wounds from childhood, something that's really deep. And it took you a while to sort through this. Okay. But now you're getting to see what's on the other side of this. And I think you'll like what you see, you know? It has everything to do with this hidden talent. I mean, that's what's on the other cut of the deck here. So I do feel like if you're not resonating with this right now, where you're like, I don't really feel like I have any special talent, you might be coming into alignment with somebody who actually sees this talent in you and they're pointing it out to you. Maybe they feel like you're sitting on a gold mine, is what I just heard. They feel like there's so much more you could do with it. You just need the opportunity, or you just need the support or the avenue to really see what you have here, what you really do have to work with. Whatever's coming in here, I feel like it moves you into greater expansion. And I do feel like it also expands your reach in terms of the people you want to reach out and make contact with, you know? And that can be the type of people you want to be connected to, right? Something's really changing here in your community, in your social circle. I like this energy. This is good. Okay, let's dive into it some more. I felt like pulling out the Owl Tarot with you. All right, so I do feel like there's a little magic weaving into your world here. All right. Ooh, yeah, this is something balancing out in your favor with justice coming in upright. It's like you've settled some karmic debt. All right. You can wash your hands clean of worry about getting stuck in the South Node. You're on your way up. This is good news. All right. You could also be dealing with a Libra in this situation. You could be dealing with relationship matters here. Maybe you were closing up a really significant cycle in what felt like a heavy, heavy, heavy relationship where you felt like this was a soulmate. I learned a lot from this person. It was really hard. There was a lot I had to integrate, but I can't deny that I did gain certain strengths. I gained certain wisdom, certain lessons from that dance I had to do with that particular devil. And I think that, you know, you're emerging from this with gratitude for the lessons. I feel like you have a balanced perspective of this now too. I think you're feeling empowerment around it. And if you don't have that yet, it's coming in really soon here. Okay. Let's check this out, see what we got. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Whatever happened here, it did shake up your stability. It might have shaken up a community, a friendship group. It could have really shaken you up on the level of, you know, your family or your home base, you know, just your roots. And again, you know, this could be like you've lived in the same place for a long time. You feel like everybody knows each other. It's like 6 degrees of separation, and maybe you're really ready to sort of uproot yourself. You know, that might feel a little scary, but at the same time, I also feel like you're sort of looking at the community. You're looking at where you're at. You're looking at your friendship circle and all of these things in your relationship with your family. And I feel like what it's really coming around to is that you're wondering, like, is there more? Is there more than this? And in some cases, you feel like you've outgrown certain friendships, you've outgrown certain connections. And there could be family that lives, you know, further away that you want to feel connected to, or maybe they're your heart family, you know, and you want to feel close to them. Family isn't always, you know, blood related. Sometimes it's our chosen family that we feel really connected to. And this might be something you're readying yourself for, studying yourself for. You know that you have to leave behind something that's been like a fixture in your life for a long time in order to truly like follow your heart and step into what's on offer. You sense it coming. You're not quite sure what the path is yet, but I feel like that's what's going to be coming into view over this lunar cycle leading up to that full moon in Aquarius on August 19th. I think that's when you'll really step into the expansion. You'll know where you're going by then, but this is definitely coming into view for you. And during this time, as you're still in those last little, stretches where you're moving through the dark and you can't quite see the way forward, I think there's a lot more trust you have in yourself to be able to navigate that passage. And I do think you're just about to see the light up ahead. Okay, so there's something breaking through here for you. And it feels good. Right? What is this that's coming in for Scorpio? What is this new opportunity that's opening up for Scorpio? What is this light at the end of that long, dark tunnel? What is this new opportunity that wants to come into view? Knight of Pentacles, okay? So it is something you're going to want to invest in, all right? And it is also this piece where it's like slow and steady wins the race, laying down the foundation, one brick at a time, okay? And I think you're enjoying the journey more. You used to be sort of a person who was very fixated on getting where you wanted to go. But I think there's a new awareness that's been coming over you where you're starting to realize that there's a lot to take in along the way. Like the journey itself is so rich. I do feel like you're going to invest in a particular direction, though. You are going to commit to a particular direction. It has everything to do with this opportunity that's going to come your way to really have a direction to invest in. It's like there's some kind of insight, awareness that comes in for you. And again, it might be somebody like pointing it out to you. It's like, hey, you really got something here, or I got an opportunity for you, and I know it's perfect for you. And there's something about this, like this person believes in you. They know you got something of value to offer. They know you have something valuable to contribute. They know that you would like fit right in here, or this is just tailor-made for you, something like this, okay? It could be a financial opportunity. It could be a job opportunity. I do feel like this is something material. You know what I mean? It has you maybe laying down roots somewhere else. It has you changing jobs, or it has you going back to school, or it has you making a major move, or finally deciding that you want to walk the long way home. You really want to invest in something you can feel like I can really commit to this, You might have been kind of more dealing with just sort of casual connections, or you may have sort of like avoided getting involved in romantic relationships for some of you as you've been integrating a difficult relationship cycle. But I feel like whatever this is, this could also be, getting to meet somebody that you really resonate with. This could be an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this could be somebody that's like, you know what, I want to take my time with you. I want to take my time and really do this the right way. I want to really get to know you. I want us to feel like we got, a real good foundation in place with each other. Let's take the long way home. You know what I mean? Some of you may be meeting somebody. It starts out like an opportunity coming in, or a friendship, something like this, somebody new coming onto your path. And you may sort of just like not really recognize what it is initially. And then over time, as you're on this journey and you're getting to know this person, you're like, wait a minute, I think this is my soulmate, like my romantic soulmate. This could be something that ends up in commitment for some of you. I see that. And maybe that's something that you kind of gave up on, all right? Maybe this is somebody who shares the same views as you, They're kind of traditional. I mean, I see something really moving forward here with the Chariot, right? We got Freya energy there coming in big time, okay? This is Chariot energy. It's Cancerian energy. Yeah, I mean, I think you might have had to take on sort of that, like, there's a meme out with Freya on it. It says, if you can't lay 'em, slay 'em, So I do feel like for a while, you might have had your defenses up a little bit. You might have had the stinger out just because of what you dealt with in situations before. You might have wanted to sort of refrain from really going all in with somebody, maybe because there was more casual stuff coming your way. And you're like, no, I want something deep, I don't want something superficial. I think whatever this is, I do feel like it takes two to move something forward. So there's some kind of partner that's coming in here. It could be a mentor. It could be a business person that's offering you an opportunity. It could be a new friend. I don't feel like this initially comes in as outright romantic where that does apply. I feel like in the area of romance, it's coming in. So obviously some of you have really like had this on your mind for a while. Where this comes in, you don't assume it's that at first. It's more like it develops over time, okay? And I think you're going to enjoy the journey, getting to know this person. I also think you're really going to enjoy going out on a limb here, you know, trying something new, heading in a new area, trying something different that you haven't done before, exploring this talent that's awakening in you or that someone recognizes in you. Whatever this is, wherever you felt stuck, I see you moving forward. This partnership, whoever's coming in here, it gets you moving forward. This opens up your road, okay? So you actually start stepping into your destiny. So you're just about there. I do really feel like this is something that you're already sensing. I do feel like even though the opportunity may not be like right in your lap in this moment, you will see it shortly. I don't think you'll get too far into Leo season before you see this come into view. So let's see what you're moving forward toward. I know it's something that you're going to commit to. You're actually stepping forward here, okay? And where you're stepping forward, the sun is shining, okay? The sun is shining wherever you're heading here. It's something that brings you a lot of joy. It's something that is very fulfilling for you. It brings some kind of happiness and growth into your life. Okay, this looks really good. Some of you are heading north. I'm just noticing the direction that this night is right now. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. You definitely are going to get some kind of news from an earth sign here, or it deals with a practical matter. I feel like it has something to do with finances. It was 27:33 on the clock there. Again, you know, when I think of, you know, that 9 energy, it does make me think of the Hermit. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Virgo here. There's somebody here that's presenting you like a bona fide opportunity. This isn't something like that you're dreaming about. No, this is like seriously like, come aboard, you know? I got a real opportunity for you here. You can make some good money, or I can get you set up, you know, in the perfect living situation, or this is the funding you need to start that business. I believe in your idea. Like, whatever this is something that it's good news, you know? It gives you this new beginning. I don't see you hesitating. I do see you taking it. I think this could be coming in really strongly for you if you're a Taurus rising. Yes, it's moving you out of this cycle where you really feel like you've had to save your money, you know, really account for your expenses. You haven't been able to really indulge in anything as far as, you know, doing anything really pleasurable for yourself because things may have been financially tight for a while. You might have even dealt with something like you might have had some kind of injury. You might have had a shoulder injury or something that happened that kind of put you out of commission for a little bit, or you might have dealt with some kind of recovery period. It could even be that, you know, you just went through a time of depression after you had this challenge in this relationship. You might have really struggled for a while and you had to take some time off. It's just what you needed to heal. But I do feel like somebody sees that you've been having a hard time, or they see that you could use a leg up. They see that you could use an opportunity. And this person cares about you and they're showing up. You're not alone here. Okay. This person's coming to your aid. And they got some opportunity for you. It looks really good. Look at that. It's probably for some kind of work. Got the 8 of Pentacles here. Right? So this is excellent. And this is work that you'll really enjoy. This is work that's like, it's more like honing a craft. It's something that you really can get on board with. You'll enjoy this. It may even bring in some of your creativity or that hidden talent of yours. You may not even realize you have this hidden talent until this opportunity is presented to you. You sign on for it, and then you're like, wow, I'm really good at this. And then it's like a fire gets lit. I like this for you. You're going from the 5 to the 8. This is excellent. This is financial growth. So if you've been dealing with tight finances and you've been stressed out about that, this is finances coming in. For some of you with the 8, it makes me think of the 8th house, it makes me think of your house. This could come in from a benefactor. It could come in from an inheritance or something like that, or some kind of settlement. It could be like some kind of personal injury settlement. You know, I don't know, maybe somebody was in a car accident or something and you're getting a settlement and it's finally coming through, and it's like seed money. It's seed money and it gets you moving forward in a new direction. For some of you, you know, you're getting put through, you know, occupational training because of this injury. It's allowing you to go back to school, you know. And for a few of you, you may feel like, I'm too old to do that, but maybe there's something that you're really passionate about, you're really interested in, that you're like, well, if I could do anything, I'd love to go to school for that. And there's something here about don't live with regret. You know, maybe it's time to reprise a dream, something you always wanted to do, but maybe in the past it wasn't really practical for you to do that. I feel like whatever this is, it's giving you the opportunity to reprise a dream. And all you have to do is go for it. I do see you going out on a limb, and it does have that quality to it. It's a little bit of like, okay, am I really going to do this? And you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. Okay, I like this. This is good. Whatever this is, it's definitely improving. It's improving your finances. It's giving you an opportunity to do work that you're going to enjoy a lot more. Maybe even start to kind of like set yourself up with a nest egg, start to feel a little bit more stability in that regard. I think you'll really enjoy this, whatever this is, all right? And I think you're going to feel proud of it too. This is like work you can feel really proud of. Whatever you create here, it's something you're really invested in, and it's a beginning. You feel like this is for me. You know what I mean? You might be somebody that you've always like done work so you can make sure that everybody else had what they needed, everybody else was taken care of, and you always did the practical thing. And this is like, no, this is for me. Like, this is what I'm meant to do. This is my dream. I really feel like it's going to work out wonderfully for you. So don't buy into any kind of like deceit. Don't get stuck in anybody else's like webs of illusion or manipulation if they start trying to dissuade you from taking this opportunity. I think if that's the case, it's just people that want to hold you back, maybe because they become like a little too dependent on you, or they don't necessarily have the easiest time seeing you advance in this way. Maybe because they, you know, don't have the guts to go for an opportunity like this. But I think you'd be foolish to turn this down. This looks really good. All right, give me more details about this for Scorpio. Any more details about this for Scorpio? Any more details about this for Scorpio? I don't know if you hear Ted scratching back there, but it's like, it's going to be like when this offer comes in, it's going to be like an itch you got to scratch. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to ignore it. If you try to just resign yourself to what you've been doing or where you've been or the circles you've been moving in, like the status quo, maintaining status quo, it's going to become so frustrating. And in fact, I don't know, I almost got this vibe like the status quo may have to get a little bit worse for you really to have like the courage to go out on a limb and take this opportunity, where it's just going to be like, no, I got itchy feet, man. I got to go. I can't stay in this place. I can't continue to do this kind of work. I can't continue to live in this environment. I can't continue to do this. I need to do something new. It's going to come in such a way that it's just this moment of truth for you with the Ace of Swords. Maybe this truth already started to dawn on you last winter, you know? It's something you've been sitting with for a bit. You've been thinking about this for a bit. You've been thinking about starting brand new. And I do feel like whatever this is, it is landing. You know, it's like that snow is thawed out. It's like this has been sitting for a while here. And this opportunity is exactly what you need to birth this new beginning in your life. It's good, okay? This is a good beginning. Ace of Swords, that's really positive energy. So this is totally something that's meant for you. It looks really good. One more round here. And then I'm going to cut the deck and I'll pull out my Shadow Light playing cards to get some more details about what this is for you. All right. Let me go ahead and see. yeah, I don't think you want the same old, same old. You want something you really can feel happy about. You're ready to have something that affords you the opportunity to like go out, have some fun, maybe take more vacations or be able to treat yourself, be able to go out with your friends and have a good time, You don't want to continue to take the same, the same old that you've had here. You're like, no, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something new. In fact, you might get tested a little bit here. All right. You might get tested. I feel like something could happen where you get this really great opportunity, right? But it requires you to go out on a limb. And right as you got this opportunity that could lead you in this super fulfilling direction, and it's like everything that you've been wanting in your life, right? It's just all there. All you have to do is take the risk to like step into it. You might have somebody come in and like sort of try to talk some sense into you, and they might present you some kind of offer that like it sounds like, well, this would be the responsible thing to do. This will give me a lot of stability. And you're kind of being encouraged to not fall for that. Like, don't fall for the okey doke here, okay? You should refuse an offer that keeps you stuck in a place that doesn't allow you to grow and really step into this fulfillment. Because I feel like if you trust yourself on this and you take the risk, you're going to be celebrating. There's something really to celebrate here. And it also is like a redeeming factor. I got that. Like, it feels like, you know what? This feels really good. It feels like vindication, for everything I lost or everything that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to back then. Right? That flipped up there. Yep. This is a choice. And it very well could lead to you coming into connection with a lover, I have to say. Gemini energy here, right? I just heard don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me, okay? Might mean something to somebody there, all right? And I mean, this could be a little bit of a temptation, okay? So this, I'm just noticing the snake there. But I also see snake in multiple ways, okay? So, you might be tempted to kind of go back to something tried and true, all right? That could be for some of you. Or somebody could be coming around that's like singing a new tune. And so you're like, well, maybe it really is different this time. And you might be tempted to, just go for it, I mean, I think if there's something like that that's coming in, you have to ask yourself, am I going to regret it if I don't give this an opportunity? I think the worst thing ever is to live with regret, right? So I would just encourage you in making this choice because it is a choice. And the choice may have something to do with a lover. It may have something to do with allowing a lover back into your life. Who says yes to that? They may be encouraging you to move, or they may have some opportunity for you. Maybe the opportunity they bring in, it starts out as just an opportunity and you're wondering like, can we transform our connection in this way? Is it possible for me to be just friends with this person? Is it possible for me to work with this person on this project? I mean, you have to be honest with yourself, but remember, it did say like it starts out in such a way where it's friendly or it's an opportunity, but as time goes on, like the right foundation is laid, you really get to know each other on a different level and it turns into something more. Ted, chill out. What are you doing? Ted is like tripping out. Do you need to go outside? You do? Okay, hold on. My goodness. Ted is like tripping, man. All right. You may feel like this person is tripping when they come around, especially with the way things went the last time. I mean, this card, it really does come through as these are lovers. This is somebody you're meant to connect with here. There is a real romantic vibe here, I have to say, all right? I also feel like where you've been wounded in the past and where, you may have really wanted like a happy ending with somebody, you wanted it to turn out like that vision you had, it could be that you really have transformed in such a way too, where you're ready to move on from something. You accept what it was, and maybe you can be friends with this individual, but at the same time, you've gone through such a transformation that what you want is different now. And I feel like if that's the case, you're going to be meeting somebody who will become a true soulmate, you know, that you meet on this new road you're heading down. Okay, Ted, thank you. I think somebody might have some resistance to you moving on in that case. They may be having a hard time, like, seeing you in a different light. Yeah, this is interesting. They may be struggling to see you in a different light in that regard. And I say that because on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Queen of Wands. This is you really like in your independent energy, owning your fire, going after your dreams, feeling like really good about yourself. This is glow up energy, right? You got a whole new attitude. I don't know. I feel like you might want to move forward independently or keep your options open. This might surprise this person. So it could be like a past person's coming around and they're presenting an opportunity to you and you feel affection for this person. I feel like you still do. But I do feel like at the same time, you've transformed something here. And so you're weighing this up. I don't think you're going to like sign on the dotted line with this individual here. They are a soulmate. There's somebody you feel very close to here with the Six of Cups. I mean, on the other side there, we have the King of Wands, okay? So again, I got the same message. This person matches your fire. You've both transformed. You're both very individual people. You know, you have your own desires. Maybe that's what wasn't working in the connection before. Maybe there was too much enmeshment. There wasn't enough, like, you know, personal space to explore personal interests. There wasn't enough interdependence. You know what I mean? It's like it's great to be in a relationship and to feel really connected with each other. But sometimes that can become smothering if each party doesn't have like their own interests and their own passions in life and their own areas of, you know, exploration they want to really invest themselves in. There's something about two people coming together here. You used to be romantically involved with each other, or this person comes in to partner with you on an opportunity. And it starts out as just friendly. I got a 60-40 split for y'all. Okay, 40% of you, this person comes in and you've never met this person before, or there's somebody you never saw in that way before. Okay, purely friendly connection or business connection. It offers you a new opportunity. You go that way. You start, you know, really heading in this direction. You start honing your craft. You start feeling really fulfilled. You get, you know, you get your glow up on. You're feeling good. You're feeling independent. You're feeling strong. Your fire's lit. And then you start to see the fire in this person too. It's like something that creeps up on you and you're like, wait, I didn't realize, like, you're my soulmate. Okay. So for some of you, it's coming in like that. 40% of you. 60% of you, though, it's just like a little bit more of a margin, like weighing out there. I feel like it's somebody you've already been involved with in the past. You've already been romantically involved with this person in the past, or there was a real heavy flirtation there. And it's strange for you, you know, to partner with them on this level because you're used to being with them romantically. I do feel like this person's really persistent where you have your doubts. You're afraid of getting deceived or being led down a garden path in this regard, but there's something here about you're a different person now. You can hold your own. 44, 44 on the clock. This is meant to come into alignment, okay? Whatever this is down the road, I feel like the connection is transformed and you're able to come together again in a new way. It looks good. You'll be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well. This is somebody who lights your fire. They see the fire in you and they know just the right way to play with it, just the right way to pull it out of you. You know, I mean, Scorpio, you're water, but you might have a lot of fire in your chart too. whoever this person is, they do know how to stoke your fire. They know how to pull that fire out of you, right? This is good. I don't know. It's worth exploration. I do see you heading down that way. You're going to go out on a limb. You may not have thought you would ever do this, but I think you will. I think when it comes in, you're not going to be able to resist it. There is some kind of sweetness there. There is temptation, you know. There's temptation. There's a mindfulness about challenges of the past in this situation. There's mindfulness about sort of like what could go wrong. And it's almost like there's this encouragement to consider what could go right. You know what I mean? What could go right if you don't lose the lessons of the past? What could go right if you really stay in your independence and if you maybe move into the situation in a different way? Like, there's nothing wrong with exploring this opportunity if you really integrate the lessons you've learned. All right. There's something that's coming through here about you got to trust yourself a little bit more. You can't just like assume that it's going to turn out badly, especially if you have been through such a deep healing process. Yeah, this is something that came to an end, but it is coming back around. This was just a temporary pause in this connection. I feel like whoever is approaching you here, okay, from your past, this person, now, I could see that too. This could be that somebody from your past crops up right as you get an opportunity to head in a new direction. I could see that. And then that's when this person gets freaked out and they like maybe are really playing a big, you know, ace up the sleeve here. They're going to lay it on real thick. Like this person's going to be, you know, dead set on getting another chance because they don't want to see you head off in this direction. They might feel like it's their last ditch effort to be able to avert a permanent separation in this situation. They want to heal this connection with you. Whoever this is, they do. So this person might try to pull you back. You're going to have to, I feel like this is the thing here. You're meant to head in this new direction. There's something you're meant to activate here. You cannot be held back, even with this connection. So there's something like, yeah, I'm open to exploring that, but I'm still going to head off in this direction. Like just because you're offering me a certain level of security or a sure thing or whatever, I know what I've been through with you before. You know, I thought we had security before and then you pulled out the rug from under me. Like, I'm not going to give up something that I can have for myself that excites me, that offers me an opportunity to really be in a strong place financially for myself, have financial independence, also just to feel like empowered in what I'm doing, have my passions lit, my personal passions for what I can cultivate for myself. Like, don't put yourself in a gilded cage. You know what I'm saying? I think that there is healing possible here, but it is about sticking to your guns. It's about allowing yourself with the theory of 11 to come into alignment with this path of purpose, this opportunity that's opening up for you. But it's also about you putting down the boundary lines and saying, I remember what I lost last time when I invested it all in you. I remember when I was there down on the ground with 10 knives in my back, okay? And I'm not going to go through that again. I've been through the worst of it. I dealt with the pressure, the stress of it. I'm tired of living in the dark. I'm tired of not knowing where I stand with someone. And I really need to get to the place where I drop all that heavy energy because it's my time to step into a lighter passage in my life. I do see you not taking on anything that burdens you, anything that stresses you out, anything that you feel uncertain about. I think this is wise because what you're stepping into here is real legacy energy, okay? 10 of diamonds. This is financial stability. This is guiding you to a place where you got a home that you can be sure about, that is your home, your place called home, where you really belong. This is financial stability. This is, for some of you, this is being able to buy a home of your own. Maybe you haven't been able to do that. This is about building something of your own. This is for you, okay? So there is a message coming through here about maybe you've been used to sort of like deferring to another, you know, that's been your pattern in life. And this is about, no, don't give up your dreams. even if this person does come around, even if there is an opportunity to, start again, repair things, and you really want that, like, you can do that. But there's something about still move forward, still move into the new. This person will either be able to like keep the pace with you, and they'll be able to respect you enough to say, yeah, I give you that freedom, to move into this new beginning. And I'm sure enough about myself. I've done my own work. I've done my own healing work that I can support you in that. But I feel like there is going to be a little bit of like this person wants things their way, right? And I think it's difficult for them to see this level of self-esteem really like coming to bloom in you, and these opportunities coming into view for you. And so they might try to like go, hey, that happily ever after you wanted with me before? Well, I got it here for you now. But it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors, okay? But the joke's kind of on them this time, sort of like, checkmate, I learned what I learned back there, right? This is how you're going to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. I think ultimately, even if that's the case, and you have to give this person a harsh dose of reality and say, look, we can be friends, and I want to have a healthy relationship with you, in terms of, I don't want us to be, at war with each other, or, at odds with each other. I don't want there to be a falling out between us, but I don't want to go into the craziness and the madness of what was going on back there again. 5150 is what came up on the clock. I mean, I think this person might, I do have to bring it in. They might go a little bit crazy at first when you say no to this offer. With the Ace of Hearts there in reverse, like they're not expecting that from you. You got to give this person some time to come around, so just give them space, all right? Give them space the same way they gave you space, only you can be much kinder and gentler in the way you give them space. There's a time in this connection that's come to a close. You can't move forward like that anymore because you have your own ambitions, you have your own desires, you have your own happiness. And I think you really come to the place where you realize like happiness is an inside job. I have an opportunity to achieve this happiness for myself. And then once I'm there and I really step into this, then I can share that with another. And I need to share that with a person who wants to see me happy, does not have a problem with me stepping into my empowerment. And they can meet me in that place. And you might need to kind of like go a little bit ahead of somebody, in order to strike this balance. But I do feel like you'll strike this balance, and they'll have to catch up with you. And I do think they will. I do think they will eventually, because they'll realize they're sabotaging themselves and they're going to miss out on a good thing. And when that happens, then you'll have the true victory in this situation. All right. And it'll be a victory for both of you because you'll both level up and something beautiful comes out of that. Right. Let me do a kind of a deck here and see what we got. Yeah, look at this. This is you like really valuing yourself, knowing that I'm not ever going to put myself in a position again where I'm face down with 10 knives in my back. Like, there's no way. Like, I've seen the worst of it. This is you moving into that Empress energy. This is you really understanding the assignment, leveling up, and I feel like you're investing in yourself, and it's going to pay off so big for you, man. Really could be coming in very strongly for Taurus rising. You're not going to be out in the cold anymore. You're not going to be dealing with a sense of lack anymore. You're not going to be sidelined for anybody or put on the back burner here. You're coming out of this energy. When this first comes forward, whatever this is, like, it's really interesting the way the message is coming in. You are getting an opportunity to advance. And I feel like either this opportunity is being put on the table from somebody that you've been involved with romantically before, okay? You may feel like they're trying to kind of like rope you back into a romantic relationship right off the bat, like sort of like that's their in. And I think that it's very important for you to put down boundaries in regard to this and just be like, look, let's work together. Yes, if that's what you want to do. It does seem like an opportunity you want to take, okay? But there does need to be parameters here. So you don't go down the same track you've been down before. Otherwise, it'll be really problematic. But it's one of these situations where over time it comes out right. Like things get balanced out. The other levels up. And then there's not this inequity in the connection. You meet eye to eye, okay? For others of you, this is coming in as an opportunity from somebody completely independent of this relationship. But this old relationship is going to like sense it. It's like they can sense that you're moving on, or they can sense that you're stepping into your empowerment. Here they come offering you this, you know, this new beginning that's everything that you would have wanted back then. And it's sort of like a test. Have you really transformed? Have you really learned your lesson? I feel like if that's the case, you're gonna play your cards right. And even though it might be hard for you, might be challenging, I do see you stepping into the new opportunity. And though, you know, though the ex may get a little like out of pocket at first, I feel like what eventually happens is it teaches them too. It sets something right. It balances the karma between you where they're able to step into their growth too. And I feel like down the road, you all catch up with each other and something beautiful comes out of that, right? But you know that whatever comes forward at this point, there's hidden strings attached. You know what I mean? There's stuff that's operating on the subconscious level, you know? And so I do think where you are making agreements with somebody that you've dealt with before, 56 on the clock, a lot of you are, okay? 11 energy. To avoid any unnecessary shakeups or surprises, you should get things in writing. Okay, protect yourself, protect your bottom end. All right. And that's what's going to allow you to kind of like let down your guard with the 9 of clubs here and feel like, okay, you know, I can actually move into this situation because I feel like I've covered all bases here. Right. And I think ultimately it will turn out good for you. All right. That's what I got. Anything else I want to pull out for you? Anything else I want to pull out for you? I think I'm going to get one super awesome future card for you, just to kind of like cap things off. 10:44 on the clock out here. Okay, so yeah, there's something that comes into alignment by bringing something to a close. And I feel like it's the way you used to maneuver, or it's the way you used to sort of like acquiesce to somebody else's demands, and it changes everything. Yeah, there's something happening on the home front here. I feel like a lot of you are going to get ready to move, or there's some kind of changes happening in the home. This might really come into view in August, right? In Leo season. It brings an opportunity to move in a greater expansion with that 8 energy. I mean, this is good. This is a new beginning that levels things up for you. Looks good. Some of you are going to become first-time home buyers. You know, it's something you never thought you'd be able to do. But whatever this opportunity is, it affords you the opportunity to do this, to go for it. So I think this is just reward for whatever you've been moving through here. It's been pretty difficult, and it looks like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and you've really leveled up, you know, and you're ready to step into this, whatever this is, all right? And anybody who's meant to share it with you, they'll create the space for you to really go for this, and they won't try to hold you back. And if they do, let them, you know, let them freak out. Let them go through whatever they need to go through. In time, they'll come to realize that you're not playing around. You're not playing any games here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just do a cut here and get this overarching theme. Yeah, this is somebody creeping up from your past with the zombies. Don't let them feast on your brains, you know, keep your wits about you, because this door of opportunity is coming into view for you. And you got all the keys in your hand. You're meant to head down this road. This is an alignment with a new vision for you, and it's your just reward. So open this door and don't look back. If they're meant to slide through there with you,